Hi there. This is my review of the Suunto Core watch. Recently I wanted to get a nicer, I guess you could say more elegant watch, and after doing a lot of research, this is what I settled upon. The Suunto Core itself, I actually had a hard time finding a lot of reviews online. You can find all the specs, but you couldn't find a lot of people's reviews, so hopefully this review helps someone. If you go to Suunto's website and look at the Core line of watches, you'll see literally dozens of different watches, and they're all basically the same watch in terms of internals and functionality. Really what differs is the external or cosmetics, so colors and cases, things like that, but the actual features of the watch are the same across all the lineups. So bear that in mind if you're considering getting a Suunto. This particular watch, this is the Suunto Core ALU Premium, and ALU Premium White, I should say, and I'll go into what that means. First off, the ALU stands for aluminum, and basically the case here on this watch, the body, is made out of aluminum, and most Suunto watches, the Core watches, the body is, they call it resin, so it's probably like a plastic or something like that. So this is made out of aluminum. The next part is the premium, and there's basically two things that denote the premium. First is the metal case, or the metal body, and the second one is the screen itself. This is actually a piece of glass, whereas all the other Suunto Cores, and really pretty much most watches you would buy, instead of having glass here, it's acrylic or plastic. So this will be a lot harder to scratch, and so that what denotes this as a premium watch. And then the third one is the white, and that's pretty obvious. I mean, the watch band is white, and also the face of the watch is white with the black lettering. Now, in the premium line, they make a black one, which has a black band, and then a black face with white lettering. And I have to say, and also the aluminum was powder coated black, and it was very sharp looking. I was very tempted on that watch. It just had a nice look to it, but just reading what reviews I could find, people were saying the screen is hard to see, and indeed, I actually have here, my wife has a Suunto running watch, and you can see it has the black screen with the white lettering, and you can see it like this, but when you add tilt to it, you can see you can still see the time on the white one, but the black one's gone. So it's much harder to see the screen from an off angle, and so as much as I liked the look of the black watch, I settled on the white one instead. Now the watch itself, so it has basically three main modes, the time mode, the altimeter mode, and the compass mode. And then under each of the individual modes, you have a bunch of views. So right now you can see time is selected, and so it's going to show the time here, and then I've got it set to show the day and date down here. And you can hit the view button here to cycle through the different views. So if I hit it, so now it's showing me the number of seconds. That's a second time zone, so if you travel a lot, you can have two different time zones. This one right here is sunrise and sunset at your current position. Standard stopwatch, countdown timer, and you can have it display nothing, and then back to what I like to keep it at, the date and time. So that's all the different views under time. If we switch over to the altimeter, so the default view, it'll show you the altitude, time up at the very top, and then down here at the bottom, it's currently showing me the temperature. I can hit view and have it show nothing. And it has some log functions, like if you're going on a hike, you can have it record, basically make a graph of the height along your hike. I haven't done that personally. I believe this is, you can set like a base elevation and it'll record the amount of elevation gain or lost from where you set the elevation at, and then back around to temperature. And if we switch over to compass, so on compass mode, So you can see right here around the outside edge, it's going to have a digital compass, and the numbers here will indicate, so that direction there is 210 degrees or so, and as you turn it, it adjusts accordingly. So on this one, the alternate views, so you can have it set to show you like, south, southwest, northwest, etc. You can have nothing. I'm actually not even sure what that is. Oh, current time, sorry. And then back to that. So those are the different views and modes of the watch. Now, overall, I like the watch. You can go in, if you press mode and hold it, it'll go into the menus. And once you're in the menus, you can change the language. You can change if you want Fahrenheit or Celsius, if you want, inches of mercury, or whatever the metric system equivalent is, like pascals or something like that. So you can change all of that in there. You also set the sunrise and sunset is not done through GPS, it's done through city, and you give it the city that you're closest to, and then it uses, it has a database in here so it can tell you times. So you can go in there and you can set a lot of stuff in the menu. Now, as far as the watch goes, I like the watch. I wouldn't say it's perfect though. The band itself, I have to say, I was hesitant about the band because it's so different from previous watches, but it's a very comfortable band. It's definitely fits the premium line. It's comfortable, it's nice. I do like it. I'd say probably my biggest gripe about the watch is the sheer size of it. You can see on my wrist there, it's not exactly a small watch. And when you compare it to the watch I had before, you can see it's noticeably bigger. And first off, the watch is, I don't know how much thicker, but it's noticeably thicker, and I was expecting that things would get caught on it, but because of the nice smooth rounded edges on it, I haven't had anything get caught on the watch yet. It's also not as heavy as I would have expected for the size. So even though it is bigger than I would like, it doesn't get in the way or feel heavy because of that. So that's just a preference. And then probably my other biggest gripe, so if you go back to the altimeter, so it's currently showing me altitude. If I get into water, I can have it show me the depth in water that I'm diving, which is kind of nice. The problem is, in order to enable that function, you have to press, hold, go into the menu, and you have to come around here to the perimeter, and you basically have to set something saying, hey, I'm now going into water, so instead of showing me air pressure, change it to water pressure so you can give me the depth in feet or meters, whatever you prefer. And I would much rather have just, you'd be able to press view here and come around and have, an alternate view down here, which would be your depth in water. So I would like to see that, but they didn't design it that way. So yeah, this is my review of the Suunto Core. Hopefully you found it informative and helpful. I do like the watch. Like I say, I wish it were a little bit smaller, and I wish they had a view on it so you could just see the depth. But other than that, this is as close to a smartwatch as you're going to get without it actually being a smart watch. And it's pretty nice. I like it. So check it out. Thanks for watching.